Escape from the
3, 2, 1, lift off. What is going on, traders? My name is Chuck Butler, and you are tuning into What the Uptrend, where we talk about what is uptrending for the week, and I'm going to also discuss what I have traded or what I am planning to trade for the future. Now, let's get into this. We have 6 tickers to go over, as you saw in the beautifully handcrafted thumbnail. Let's go over the first one. Ticker symbol NKE, the troubled child, the underdog. Boom, bam, wabba, 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 dub, dub. Yeah, wabba. Don't copyright that. Ticker symbol NKE. This is Nike. Yeah, yesterday it had its earnings. Before that, it was on a pretty marvelous uptrend, as you can see here on my TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. It was on a marvelous uptrend, and it recently had a pullback due to earnings. But everything in the that everybody was expecting from Nike, it happened. They beat the earnings expectations. The revenue's up, everything. So what I plan to do is possibly by the end of the day, go ahead and take a position on this depending on where it's at. Oh yeah, and on the side note, I'm up about 8% already this week, so we already hit all percent go. Boom, baby. And that was on a day trade for ticker symbol AMRN and a call for BBY, which we will talk about next. Now, let's go ahead and go over. Let's go ahead and break NKE down. As you can see, it found a bottom around 80.75, and it started to continue to trend back up. Because the reason why I don't play earnings is because even though they're good, they can still drop down. They could still sell off like this, or they can trend up even if they have bad earnings. It's literally, to me, playing earnings is a gamble, even though the earnings playing the earnings is a gamble, even though the earnings could be good. So what I advise people to do, you don't have to, but this is what I advise you to do, based on my experience, is that I would play the reaction, which means the day after the earnings. So that reaction would be now. It's starting to uptrend, so I'm going to go ahead and most likely take a position by the end of the day before the ticker can reach its previous high of 85.25, and it already covered most of that gap, which is how strong the this company's earnings were. It only has about 1.4% to cover until it reaches its previous high and continues to obviously trend up. So let's go over to the next ticker symbol. Yeah, the ticker symbol CISN. I had this one on watch since last week. As you can see, it has a pretty good resistance around here at 8. Let me go ahead and draw these at 828. And I drew a resistance right here at 17, because as you can see previously, it hit 17 as a resistance, and around this area too. But as you can see, once again, after the sell-off, it crossed over 17, breaking out and doing what I like certain tickers to do to confirm a swing trade. It broke above its resistance, pulled back, and validated 17 as support. So what I can see for the future is that we could continue to trend up to highs of 1828, which offers about 7.31%. So I would like to see it get past this previous resistance it had at 1731. Yeah, let me go ahead and set my alert, and then we could go ahead and take a trade on that if we feel like it or not. So the total margin it has from right now to the top offers 7%, if you know that tickles your tumor. It does not have that much volume though, and it does trade in 5 cent increments. Oh wait, no, it didn't. It just why did it? Okay, don't listen to me. Um, but yeah, there's the breakdown on that one. Let's move over to ticker symbol NOW. NOW is the one I did want to trade above um this demand zone. And if you don't know what a demand zone is, the demand zone is a place where buyers flourish and they are buying up the ticker. There's a lot of demand, which means people want this certain ticker in this area. So let's on another video I'll explain about how I identify the zones. But for now, as you can see, as soon as it trended up above the zone, it pushed up pretty good, and right now it pulled back almost to the zone, which I like to see, and what we can see is a continuation of the uptrend. So from right now to the top around 206.30 offers about boom 4.04%. That's not really my forte on percent, but I'm just talking about what is uptrending because someone else may find value in the 4% that I don't. But if I were to get in if I were to take a position on ticker symbol NOW, I would like to get in on a call about one contract. Now, let's move over to ticker symbol ANF, Abercrombie and Fitch, the Polo Boy Club. Let's see. As you can see, I previously played this and I've broken it down before already. These two yellow lines right here is the that zone I was talking about earlier on ticker symbol NOW. I drew the same zone here, and it's between 2071 and 2090. As you can see, I'm currently playing an option for this right now. I bought the option at 7 cents for the strike price of for the strike price of 22 by the end of the week. So we're gonna see how that plays out. I'm up about 6% on that already. So whoop de whoop, blase blase. As you can see, it broke the first line of the zone, and it's starting to continue to trend up. Let's go ahead, take a deeper look inside of it. As you can see, it is making higher it is making higher highs, and right now it was having trouble staying above 21, but today it actually trended up above 21. I mean, it did that yesterday, but today it hasn't pulled back to 21 yet. I'm not expecting it to, but I wouldn't be mad if it did bounce from 21 because that would, well, not 21, 2106. That's what the VO was telling me. I wouldn't be mad if it bounced right there because that would validate that it's still on the uptrend because it's holding the previous resistance that it couldn't break. Oh, get out of my face. But yeah, ANF does have a decent amount of margin to cover. I see the next resistance at, let's get all this stuff out of my face. I see next resistance at 22, so from now till 22 offers about 3.61%. Not really worth it to me, but if it can continue to trend up past 22, which I have my alert set for, I don't see resistance until 23, and from 22 to 23 offers about 4.46%, not bad. And then the next resistance after that to 25 offers 13.39%, not too bad either. So there's that. And then let me go ahead and move on to ticker symbol BBY, my baby. I love BBY. So I know you're not supposed to, you shouldn't get attached to a certain ticker, but you should play what you understand. And I usually and I do like to play BBY a lot, and I usually win on BBY because the pattern is consistent. I love it. It's a good company. You know, blase blase, all that stuff. So as you can see, I identified support here around 77, and I identified resistance around 80, 50, and 80 and 80. Right now it's near a resistance. As you can see, there's also resistance here around 82 and 84.37. Now I played an option for a call, one contract. The strike price 78 for next week, and guess what it's at right now? Way past 78. I already sold it right here at this spike. I sold it here, and you're gonna probably be saying, Chuck, well, what are you doing? You were supposed to wait for the pullback because it confirmed the uptrend because it crossed the resistance at 78. It pulled back and it continued to trend up. And what I and like I said, I bought a call for this one. I'm still working on my options trading, and the biggest mistake that I have in trading options so far is not taking profits when I am up, because unlike playing the common stock with buying the shares, the trade multiplier for a contract is 100 times more than you would get with a just a regular amount of shares. So in turn, that would increase the volatility and increase the rate at which you would earn a percentage decrease or increase. Um, so for example, I bought this at $1.25. That's how much the contract cost for 100 shares, and I sold it at 189, and that gave me a pretty hefty amount of percent. It was over about 60%. So, and my goal for this one was to sell it at 155, and I sold it at 189. Oh, no, 189. So, if you ask me, I think I did good on this trade. I wasn't being too greedy. I took my profits. I identified a good buying point. This was a good trade to me, and I'm happy. I'm not, getting mad at myself or kicking myself because this continued to trend up even more based on the technicals that I drew, and right now it's hitting a resistance at 80. I could have held it for longer. You're right. I could have been more patient, but I'm still learning and I'm taking my profits. So, you know, all's good to me. So let's move on to the last ticker symbol NFLX. Netflix. We all love it. We all watch it. Sometimes we use it in inappropriate ways. You know what I mean? Netflix and chill. I'm gonna keep on erase that. Let's see. Let's go. This one slipped past my radar. I do have it broken down, but I was not watching it for the week. But as you can see right now, it is trending up pretty well for the week. Yeah, let me go on a different time. Let me back up. Okay, I identified support here. Boom, bam, drizzle, drizzle. I identified support around 332, and there is support around 350 as well. Let me go ahead and draw that. Boom, bam. Then, as you can see, there is resistance around 377.50. 377. Close enough. As you can see, it already crossed that resistance, and what I can see is a continuation of the uptrend to possible highs of 390, and from the lows of 37, from where it's currently at right now, which is 379. From 379 to 390, it offers about only 2.6%. If that tickles your tumor, go ahead and trade that. But it is on the uptrend, which is why we are discussing it on what the uptrend. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Go ahead and comment down below what is your favorite, your number one favorite uptrending ticker, and we can discuss it and probably break it down. Probably probably set up a game plan if you already don't have one. So don't forget to like and subscribe only if you found value in what was showed in this whole video. So that'll be all. I will see you guys on Friday for the Friday Friday recap. So yep, that'll be all. See you.